So I don't know what the trick is. Yeah, Prince Charming, right? On his white horse. Where are you, Prince Charming? It's been 32 years!
I remember the first time where I don't know why this story, I remember this, but it was a summer, I was in fifth or sixth grade. I'm at my friend Michael's house, and he was kind of like the cool kid, and he was calling these other two girls to play spin the bottle. These two girls were the cute girls, and I was like all excited. I'm like, I'm gonna play and spin the bottle with like two of the cute girls in our class. And he's on the phone, he's laying back, and then he just like, I'm sitting there, like I remember just being like, he had this huge house too. It was really always cool to go over to his house. And I was sitting back, and he just puts the phone down and he just goes, "You're ugly." And I knew he was repeating what like one of the girls said, that she didn't want to like play spin the bottle with me. And I just I remember like my whole body just like changed and trying to like play it off like, haha, like haha, but I, I was like, I was mortified. I never had, I don't know if I ever thought of that before.
Yeah, I mean, it was complicated, I guess, why I got my heart broken, but maybe not. At the end of the day, it's just someone, bails out on the other person. And that's what happens. And that's what happened too. He was in. When I met him, he was like an angel. But that's the thing, they're. Yeah. But it doesn't just happen to you. I mean, you pick certain things, you pick certain dynamics. So I probably, I am also part of it. And I don't know. Something that just fills your heart, that's what I want. Just makes you feel things all the time.
Happiest time by far in my life was 2 years when I was alone, traveling overseas with no contact with friends, no contact with family, and I specifically pretty much stayed away from getting in any kind of relationships. And in this 2 year span, which is in my mid 20s, I didn't even have sex in 2 years, and it was by far the happiest time of my life. And it's interesting to think about that. And when I was alone, I would travel from place to place, and I would find these little rooms, rent cheap rooms, and I would go and I'd set up like candles. I'd set up my whatever I had, like a couple books and things, and I would set up. And this is what I would do. I'd like every night I would just like, it was like I was by myself in this like kind of vigil where I would just read and think and I just like loved each room. I made kind of like my own room, and I did this over and over and over and over again. And I was with other people sometimes, but I would say the majority of it for 2 years it was a solitary type existence, and it was amazing. And and I had some like days where this is like perfect days where I get up, and a lot of times I was getting up. I was almost keeping like farmer's hours. I'd get up in the morning almost with sunrise, and I'd go find a new coffee shop, have coffee, a couple cigarettes, walk around for 3 hours, walk through city streets if I was in a city, walk through countryside, and that would bring me to the afternoon. If I wanted to, I could go back to where I was, and I could take a nap. I could find a spot under a tree I could read by myself. I could just walk around and look at things by myself. And if I met somebody, that was fine. But there was no, I got to sense what I want to do at all times. It was just leading with your senses and leading with your nose. And there was many perfect days by myself.
There's no escaping, there's no way that you're gonna shield your emotions forever or unattach them to anyone. And once you attach them to someone, then yeah, you just have to trust, I guess. Do I sound like an injured bird?
This witch was outside in the driveway, and she lived in an orange payphone booth, a clear payphone booth, but the outsides were orange. At any rate, she was your typical witch, long black hair, black cape, black hat, green face, and she would every time I would look out the window, she would just peek out the phone booth with this menacing smile, as if to say, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to eat you, I'm going to do whatever if you walk outside. So, and she was always there, and she had this look that she's always watching me.
Especially when I was a kid, and where I would be running on this really long carpet, sort of like a Persian carpet, burgundy in color, and I would be running on it, and this elephant is chasing me, and he's rolling the carpet with his trump and trying to squish me with the carpet and basically roll me. He never got me though. I can't be without being by myself. I can't. I have to replenish. I have to think. And otherwise it just drains me. I can't do it. But then I miss people so much, so I have to go out. I have to see people. I have to communicate and make connections and feel things and
here's this person who is basically saying, I know you and I reject you. And that to me is getting your heart broken. And not just knowing you like I know who you are, but I really like, telling them things that you would never tell anybody else, and them knowing you, and they just say, I know you, I reject you. And that to me is, that
I don't know. So, but I still believe in it. And I would like to, have a family one day, and children, and a gentle soul partner. And they say that, love also reaches completely different proportions when you have children. So I guess that's always been important to me. So one day,
as soon as I saw her, there was this other part of me that was like, wow, I really like this girl. that I really want this girl. And that part, you know, will battle with the part that is like, I'm in control. I can get this girl to like me, but the truth of the matter is that doesn't happen too often. And that fiery, angry, I saw right away she was not going to be, you know, easy.